Lewis Hamilton won the race with one tire that didn't even work? A miracle. Surely gets to keep it to remember this iconic moment, right?
No!
All F1 tires, even the ones that don't get used, have to go back to Pirelli. But why can't Lewis Hamilton keep one, and what are they doing with them? This is Formula lore. To understand this, we need to first know what makes F1 tires so special. And trust me, by the time we're done, you might actually agree with Pirelli. F1 tires are made by one company, Pirelli. They supply all the teams with the same tires, but there's a catch. Every tire compound is different, and each one has its own pros and cons. There are 3 dry weather compounds available at any race: soft, medium, and hard. The soft ones are red, which are the fastest, grippiest, but wear out super fast. Medium are yellow, a good balance between speed and durability. And hard are white, which last the longest, but take time to warm up and doesn't offer as much grip. Then you've got wet tires, intermediates, and full wets. Intermediates are green and are for the lighter rain, and full wets are blue for the heavy downpours. Now you may think at first that the drivers get to pick whatever tire they want for a race, but actually Pirelli chooses which compounds are available that weekend. Not only that, the soft compound Pirelli gives you in one race might be completely different tire than the soft in the next race. That's because behind the scenes, Pirelli categorizes the tires as C1 to C5, from hardest to softest. So what's called soft in one Grand Prix might be the C3 or the C5 somewhere else. Each driver gets 13 sets of dry tires, 4 sets of intermediates, and 3 sets of wets. Sounds like a lot, but with practice, qualifying, and the full race, it's tight. Teams use tire blankets to warm them up, sensors to track them, and strategy to time them. They even study the rubber that's left behind on track, called marbles. These are little chunks of worn rubber that sit off the racing line and make everything slippery. A driver stuck in the marbles during an overtake lets you a one-way trip into the gravel. After the checkered flag waves, the tires don't go home with the driver, not even Lewis. Pirelli collects every single set, even the unused ones. Before that though, engineers dig in, literally. They study the pressure, surface wear, blistering, rubber degradation. Sometimes they shave off layers to see how deep the wear goes. They even use thermal imaging to look at the heat distribution inside of the tire. All of that info doesn't just help one team, it helps Pirelli redesign the future compounds. Every tire becomes part of a bigger puzzle. But even then, you'd think Lewis could keep one of them, right? There's still one more reason why he can't. So what happens to the tires in the end? They're sent to specialized recycling facilities, where they are shredded into rubber chips, turned into playground mats, reused in artificial turf, or burned in energy recovery to fuel things like cement plants. Some even go to low-tier racing series or training programs, so a tire that touched the tarmac at Silverstone might end up on a karting circuit in Italy. Why can't Lewis Hamilton keep one of the tires if they're just being recycled or repurposed anyway? It comes down to 2 big reasons. First, F1 tires are considered hazardous material. After going through hundreds of kilometers at insane speeds and extreme temperatures, they're unstable, degraded, and believe it or not, a bit dangerous. They can't just be thrown in the back of someone's garage like a signed football. Second, they're also proprietary technology. Pirelli controls the entire supply chain of tire production, usage, and disposal. Why? Because every F1 tire is basically a rolling lab sample. They don't want the compounds to be analyzed by the competitors. They don't want the rival tire makers or even rival teams to gain insights by dissecting how a specific tire performed over time. So once the race is over, they are taken away for good, even unused tires. It doesn't matter what iconic moment or race it was in, the tire always goes back to Pirelli.